At 2:47 a.m., the weight sensors in our vault triggered. Someone was inside, moving our $12 million gold reserve. The security feed showed my business partner Marcus, the man I'd trusted for 15 years, loading gold bars into duffel bags. Thought the vault only had cameras and a basic alarm. What Marcus didn't know was that I'd installed military-grade weight sensors under each shelf after catching discrepancies in our inventory. Every bar he lifted was logged, tracked, and reported directly to my phone. I watched from my bed as he stole our entire reserve. Then I made one call, not to the police, to our biggest client, who was expecting that gold delivery in 6 hours. Welcome to the channel, where trust meets betrayal and preparation meets justice. If you're ready for a story of partnership, greed, and golden revenge, hit subscribe. Let me tell you how weight sensors saved my business and ended my partner's freedom. Chapter 1. Building the Golden Empire. My name is David Sterling, 48 years old, co-founder of Sterling & Associates Precious Metals. Started in 2008, right after the financial crisis when everyone wanted physical gold. My partner Marcus Chun and I saw opportunity where others saw chaos. We began with $100,000, my life savings and his inheritance, buying and selling gold. Coins from a small office in downtown Seattle. Marcus was the people person. Charming, well-connected, could sell gold to Fort Knox. I was the security obsessive. Former Army, did 2 tours in Iraq, handling supply logistics. I knew how to track inventory, secure assets, prevent theft. We were perfect partners. He brought. In clients, I kept their investments safe, not by 2015. We'd grown from coins to bullion. Major clients, tech millionaires, foreign investors, family offices wanting physical assets. Our vault held between $10 to $15 million at any given time. Not our gold, we were custodians, charging fees for secure storage and discreet transactions. Trust was our product. Security was our promise. The partnership worked beautifully. Marcus would wine and dine clients, close deals on his boat, promise absolute discretion. I'd handle the physical security, the paperwork, the boring stuff that kept us legal. We split profits 50-50, made excellent money, built something real. I thought we'd built it together. Chapter 2. The First Red Flags. The problem started in 2021. COVID had been good for gold prices, but bad for Marcus's lifestyle. His restaurant investments tanked. His wine collection became worthless when nobody was dining out. His boat payments continued while marina fees skyrocketed. For the first time in years, Marcus needed money. We should leverage the inventory, he suggested one day. Take loans against the gold, invest in crypto. I refused immediately. That's client gold, not ours. We're custodians, not owners. He backed off, but I noticed him studying our inventory. Sheets more carefully, asking about insurance policies, wondering about our security protocols. Small discrepancies began appearing. An ounce here, 2 ounces there. Could be accounting errors, weight fluctuations, innocent mistakes. But in precious metals, there are no innocent mistakes. Every gram matters. I started staying late, reconciling every transaction, weighing every bar. The discrepancies stopped, but my suspicion remained. In January 2023, Marcus asked for a buyout. I'm tired, David. Want to retire early, travel, enjoy life. His offer was insulting. $2 million for his half of a business worth $20 million. When I countered with fair market value, he got angry. After everything I've done, building this business, you owe me. The meeting ended badly. That night, I ordered the weight sensors. Chapter 3. Preparing for Betrayal. Military surplus weight sensors are incredible technology. Designed for ammunition depots, They can detect changes down to the ounce. I installed them under every shelf in our vault over a weekend when Marcus was sick. Each sensor connected to a central system, which fed directly to my phone. Any significant weight change triggered an alert, but I didn't stop there. Installed new cameras with infrared capability. Added pressure plates at the vault entrance. Created a redundant inventory system that backed up to 3 different cloud services. Most importantly, I didn't tell Marcus about any of it. Let him think we still had the old system decent but defeatable. For 2 months, the sensors performed perfectly. Every legitimate transaction registered exactly. Client deposits, withdrawals, routine audits, all tracked precisely. I could tell from my phone how much gold was in the vault within 0.1% accuracy. Marcus joked I was getting paranoid. 20 years and you don't trust our security? I smiled and agreed. No point revealing my cards. The client meeting in Vancouver was Marcus's idea. Huge opportunity. Chinese investor wants to store $50 million with us. Needs both partners there. The meeting was scheduled for Thursday night through Friday morning. I'd have to fly up, stay overnight. Leave the vault under Marcus's control for the first time in months. Chapter 4. The night of the heist, Thursday, March 15th. I drove to the airport, parked in long-term parking, went through security. Then doubled back, rented a car under a corporate account, and parked 2 blocks from our facility. If Marcus was planning something, he'd verify I was gone. My car at the airport would confirm it. The investor meeting was real. I'd verified that. But I'd also rescheduled it for next week without telling Marcus. He thought I was in Vancouver. I was actually in a rented Camry, watching our building, waiting. At 11 p.m., he texted, "Meeting go well? I'm heading home. Everything secure here." I responded from my laptop, spoofing my location. "Going great. Big opportunity. See you Monday." At 2 a.m., a van pulled up to our loading dock. Marcus's BMW followed. My phone had been quiet until 2:47 a.m. when the weight sensors exploded. Shelf A, minus 127.3 pounds. Shelf B, minus 203.7 pounds. Shelf C, minus 341.2 pounds. Real-time theft measured to the 10th of a pound. I opened the security app, watched Marcus directing 2 men as they loaded gold bars into duffel bags. He was efficient, I'll give him that. Clearly had practiced the camera's blind spots. Wore gloves, avoided facial recognition angles. But he couldn't avoid physics. Every bar he lifted changed the weight distribution. The sensors tracked not just what was taken, but the exact order, creating a perfect timeline of the theft. Chapter 5. The client call. By 3:15 a.m., they'd cleared out. $12 million in gold. 600 pounds of bullion, loaded into a van, ready to disappear. Marcus locked the vault, reset the basic alarm, probably feeling like a criminal mastermind. I watched him drive away, then made my call. Not to 911, to James Morrison, our biggest client who was expecting a delivery in 6 hours. "James, it's David. Sorry to wake you. We have a situation. Marcus is currently driving your gold to an unknown location." Silence. Then, "Excuse me? He's stealing the reserves." "I'm watching it happen. Your 200 pounds of bullion is in his van right now." "David, if this is some kind of joke, check your email. I'm sending security footage and weight sensor data." The thing about gold theft is that it's impossible without buyers. Gold is heavy, traceable, difficult to move. You need connections, people willing to buy stolen bullion. Marcus had those connections, but so did James Morrison. Within minutes, James had calls out to every major dealer on the West Coast. Anyone buying gold from Marcus Chun is receiving stolen property. My stolen property. Chapter 6. The Trap Springs. Marcus's plan relied on speed. Move the gold quickly, sell to preset buyers, disappear before anyone noticed. He'd probably promised delivery that night. Cash transactions, no questions asked. What he didn't know was that every major gold dealer in 3 states was now watching for him. At 4:30 a.m., my phone rang. David? It's Tom from Cascade Precious Metals. Marcus Chun just pulled up with a van full of gold bars. Says it's a liquidation sale. Needs cash immediately. Stall him, I said. FBI is en route. FBI? Did I mention I've been cooperating with their precious metals theft task force for 6 months? The truth about gold theft rings is they're rarely isolated incidents. The FBI had been tracking unusual bullion movements, suspicious cash transactions, patterns suggesting organized theft. I'd noticed irregularities in regional gold flows, reported them, became an informant. When I suspected Marcus, they helped me prepare. Marcus was still at Cascade when the FBI arrived. Caught with 600 pounds of stolen gold, documented by weight. Sensors, tracked by security cameras, verified by inventory records. He tried to run, made it about 50 feet before realizing you can't outrun federal agents when you're leaving a clear GPS trail from your phone. The arrest was clean. Marcus in handcuffs, van impounded, gold secured as evidence. But the investigation was just beginning. Turns out Marcus hadn't just planned one theft. He'd been skimming for years. Those small discrepancies I'd noticed? All Marcus, selling ounces here and there to finance his lifestyle. The weight sensor data became crucial evidence. Prosecutors could show exactly what was taken, when, in what order. Combined with security footage and financial records, it painted a picture of systematic theft dating back 3 years. Marcus had stolen over $2 million before attempting the big score. His buyers flipped immediately. Faced with federal charges for receiving stolen property, they provided records of every transaction. Marcus had promised them regular supplies of excess inventory at below market prices. They thought they were getting deals. They were actually becoming accomplices to grand theft. The trial was swift. With weight sensor data providing irrefutable evidence, Marcus pled guilty to avoid a longer sentence. 15 years federal prison, full restitution, lifetime ban from financial services. At sentencing, he blamed me. David was always paranoid, made me feel like a criminal. The judge reminded him that stealing $12 million actually made him a criminal. Chapter 8. Saving the business. Sterling and Associates survived. Barely. Clients were understandably nervous about security breaches. I spent weeks meeting with every account, showing them the new security measures, explaining how the weight sensors had prevented total loss. Most stayed impressed by the rapid detection. And response. James Morrison became my biggest advocate. David caught the theft in real time and called me first. That's dedication. His endorsement brought in new clients who valued security over charm. The business transformed from a partnership to a high-security, precious metals fortress. I bought out Marcus's share for the $2 million he'd originally requested, paid to his restitution fund. Hired a new team focused entirely on security and compliance. Installed even more sophisticated systems, biometric scanners, satellite tracking, blockchain inventory management. If someone sneezes near our gold now, I know about it. The weight sensors saved more than gold. They saved my reputation. In the precious metals business, one major theft can destroy decades of trust. But catching a thief in the act, documenting every ounce, recovering every bar, that builds legendary credibility. Chapter 9. The Technology Advantage. The case became a textbook example for precious metal security. FBI used it in training materials. Insurance companies referenced it in Risk assessments. Security consultants studied our sensor array. What started as paranoia became industry best practice. I now consult for other precious metals dealers, installing similar systems. The technology has advanced. New sensors can detect not just weight, but metallic composition, temperature, movement, patterns. Combined with AI analysis, they can predict theft attempts before they happen. Marcus's van that night carried $12 million in gold, but generated billions in security improvements across the industry. Every major vault in America now uses some variation of weight sensor technology. His crime made everyone safer, though I doubt he appreciates the irony from federal prison. Chapter 10. Partnership Lessons. The hardest part wasn't the theft, it was the betrayal. 15 years of partnership, thousands of shared meals, celebrations, challenges. I was best man at his wedding. He was there when my father died. How do you reconcile those memories with someone loading your life's work into duffel bags at 3 a.m.? Therapy helped. Learning about financial pressure, gambling addiction, the psychology of white-collar crime. Marcus had been in debt for years, hiding it through charm and creative accounting. The theft wasn't sudden. It was the culmination of 1,000 smaller compromises. By the time he stood in our vault that night, he'd already justified it to himself. I've had new partnership offers. Investors wanting to expand, competitors suggesting mergers. I politely decline. Once you've watched someone you trust steal everything, partnership loses its appeal. The weight sensors are my only partners now. Honest, reliable, never tempted. By Gold's Gleam. Chapter 11. Golden Justice. There's poetic justice in Marcus being caught by weight. He'd always been about appearance. Flashy car, expensive suits, impressive dinners. Substance never mattered as much as style. But gold doesn't care about charm. It has weight, specific, and measurable. You can't talk your way around missing. Pounds of bullion. Every bar he lifted that night added to his sentence. The prosecutors counted each sensor reading as a separate count of theft. 147 readings, 147 counts, consecutive sentencing. What he thought would be one crime became 147, all because I'd invested in scales accurate to the ounce. His wife divorced him during the trial. His assets were liquidated for restitution. His reputation in Seattle's business community was destroyed. All for one night's work that netted him nothing but federal time. The gold he loaded so carefully? Returned to the vault the next day, every bar accounted for, weighed and verified. Chapter 12. Moving forward. Today, Sterling Precious Metals is stronger than ever. We hold $30 million in client assets, all monitored by third-generation weight. Sensors accurate to the gram. Every transaction is recorded in triplicate, verified by blockchain, insured to the maximum. We're not the biggest, but we're the most secure. I still check the sensors at 2:47 a.m. sometimes. Old habits from that night. The weights are always perfect now. Every ounce where it should be. But I'll never forget watching those numbers drop as Marcus loaded our future into bags. Never forget the feeling of betrayal measured in pounds. The Army taught me that security is about layers. Cameras can be fooled. Alarms can be disabled. Locks can be picked. But weight? Weight doesn't lie. Mass is mass. Physics is physics. Marcus thought he understood our security because he'd helped design it. He didn't know I'd added a layer based on the fundamental forces of the universe. Final reflection. My name is David Sterling. I built a precious metals empire with a partner who tried to steal it all in one night. He thought our basic security was all that stood between him and $12 million in gold. He didn't know about the weight sensors that turned his every movement. Into evidence. At 2:47 a.m. on March 15th, physics defeated greed. Military-grade scales protected what 15 years of partnership couldn't. Every bar Marcus lifted was counted, weighed, recorded. His theft became a real-time data stream leading directly to federal prison. To those protecting valuable assets, invest in physics. Cameras lie, witnesses forget, but weight endures. To those planning theft, remember that gold is heavy in more ways than one. And to Marcus, serving 15 years in federal prison, the sensors are still running. Every night at 2:47 a.m., they confirm what you'll never touch again. The gold you tried to steal is safe, monitored by technology you never knew existed. A business you tried to destroy is thriving. The partner you betrayed is secure. And somewhere in a federal facility, you have 15 years to consider the weight of your decisions. All 600 pounds of them.